So, thank you so much, MacLeod, for the amazing showcase. I've not seen it as I'm recording this, but I have no doubt it's incredible. And you guys will give your thoughts and comments towards MacLeod in the comment section, as I'm sure she'd really appreciate it for all the hard work that she puts into these. And so, as for the adventure itself, I know what you're thinking.
But why?
To be honest, I just want to. It's been a couple of years now I've been making creations, and making, you know, the odd singular creation does get a little bit boring, whereas making an entire environment, I thought, oh yeah, you know, that's such an opportunity. And the way I see it, we kept on commenting throughout the internal cylinder about how it looked like Spore, so why not make it in Spore, you know? It kind of seemed a little bit fitting. I especially had a ton of fun live streaming it, sharing everyone's opinions and thoughts and getting feedback and critique as well, and for the general excitement, and having people contribute their own creations as well, so it's not just mine, it's a whole mixture from the community, and I'm just, as I said, I'm just really, really happy with it, and I had so much fun doing this. Now, you're probably wondering, why is this so small? Reason being for that is simply due to Spore limitations, because of course the world, you know, the planets in Spore are so small, you can see the curvature in the horizon, and the cylinder, it was really important to me that the cylinder remained flat. Yes, I could have made it a ring around the entire planet, but it looked really weird whenever it was curved, it just didn't look right. Whereas whenever I had it straightened out, you can kind of see it, you know, fade out into the horizon. Very subtly, but you can see it there. And that's exactly what I wanted, was it to fade out into the horizon. And by doing that, I needed to have a very, very large cylinder. But I also needed to have, you know, the accompanying size of the environment. Also, that if for an area just this small, the sheer amount of plants and creatures in it, like all these props, as if I zoom into certain areas, such as even just down here, next to the little home, all these little flowers, every one of those is an individual creature. That flower, that bit of grass there. These are all creature props. And I'm trying to get into the habit of not making, you know, these crazy, ultra detailed adventures for you guys to play in. Such as the aquatic stage, it was too detailed. I kept it out with mods enabled. And as a result, a lot of people can't even load it without crashing. So I wanted this one to be a bit more, you know, a bit more accessible to the end user, since this will be available for download on Sporepedia and therefore in the video description down below. So like I said, even an environment this small still made a huge dent in the complexity, but I like it though. Like, it still feels kind of homey. I like how it got everything in place. I like how when you zoom in and the shaders on, it just looks like the game, or at least it's really, really reminiscent and familiar. Overall, probably the most difficult part about this was, believe it or not, was the tree stump. Now, you might not expect that, but the tree stump was by far the most difficult part. Both Terrace HD and I had a crack at this, and neither of us can figure it out. Bearing in mind, this is all without mods. I mean, yeah, the stacking mod we do have, but otherwise, everything is Sporepedia friendly and Sporepedia compatible. So in the end, Gennard took the challenge and he made the stump, and you would not believe what a difference that made. It just meant I could have all of the egg shrooms in the little pockets. The trees just overall look better, whereas beforehand they were like this really thin singular stumps. It just looked a little bit, you know, a bit low budget. Now, one part I'm glad I never had to tackle was the temple entrance, which was done by Mavor. He did just such a fantastic job on this area. With the shaders on, easily one of my favorite areas in this entire map. And by the way, a little Easter egg inside if you ever want to go, you know, smack your head against a door like I always do in my adventures. Overall, people did a really amazing job with some of the props, and I just really want to say an especially huge thank you to players like Gnar, like Mavor, like FlameFireFlower, Ducktus, Oreloki, Sagasol. Hopefully nobody else that I'm missing, but of course a huge thank you to everyone, and especially to everyone in the live stream chat. So give me company, give me criticism, give me just all the excitement and optimism, as it just made the entire project so much more fun. And one particularly special thing that I'd love to point out is all the various trebums. I've got all my various patrons here, such as Frostbite and Drahxien. I've got Mag up here with all the various mutations I always used when playing as him. We've got a rather chaotic looking Gnar over here as a tribute to the awesome tree stumps that he had created. We have FlameFireFlower as one of their own trebums that they had created, as tribute for the contributions of props that they had put into the adventure. I got the Dragon Queen, another patron, just chilling in her little hut. Over here is a cyborg squid, and down here is Blood Reaper. Here we have Rakdos, the Radish Lord, who's eaten a couple of too many Omnigron pellets and Glick balls. And by the way, you can definitely pick him up. And last but definitely not least is the fluffy trebum Mavor, again for all of his contributions to the adventure. Now, as mentioned before, this adventure is available for download on Sporepedia and in the video description down below. So if you'd like to create your own adventure with this, perhaps your own story, your own missions and tasks, or just want to have fun and explore, it's all available for you to use down below. And of course, let me know if you'd like to see any more, perhaps of course the desert or the tundra, or perhaps even the imaginations of the cylinder in the 4th chapter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy playing the adventure itself. Take care, and have a wonderful day.